Hey, what's going on guys? Cage here again. This time we're doing day 2 for Ayane. Now, many people have problems with this day because they're not used to Ayane, they don't know how to play her. And you only get to use her 2 times in the campaign, so it's not really too much time to actually play with her unless you play with her in trials. So, for the most part of this, I'm going to probably be giving you the tips for the specific fights, but overall I'm going to be trying to talk about how to effectively play Ayane, because she's not difficult, but she's not easy. So, and this first fight's not hard, so I'll talk about a few things. And I do actually, before I start, I want to credit one YouTube user who's actually a subscriber of mine, and I'm subscribed to him as well. Very good Ayane player. I actually learned how to use her through watching some of his videos. His ID for YouTube is Knight, KNIGHT V777. Check out his stuff. He's a pretty good player. Yeah, and I'll be actually linking one of his videos. Because look at this right here. I'm chaining these guys. I think he's the one who discovered it. He made actually a video for it. It's like OT chaining, but I'll link that in the video so you can check it out, see what he does. So Ayane, how do you effectively play Ayane then? To put it into simple terms, is you got to utilize her cancels. Now she doesn't have any shurikens, so you can't shuriken cancel, which is a downfall in my opinion. And she also doesn't have a special skill. For example, and this right here is bullshit. Like, you see me later, I'm gonna do the same move with a guy that's obliterated and lost a limb, and it'll obliterate him, but that obviously didn't work. But anyway, for the most part, yeah, you want to pretty much use moves that end with holds. And when I say holds, it means you gotta hold down triangle or Y. So let me give you a good example of one of the moves. Square, square, triangle, and then you hold the triangle and release. Those have iframes, and very good for chaining stuff. That move I just did there, square, square, triangle, triangle. Very high delimb rate, and has iframes as well, which is also nice. Let's see, what else to say. That's how you really I mean, you can literally just way your way and just do steel and bone over and over again. It works, but I don't know, Ayane is so fun to play. When I first actually started using her, I didn't like her style because obviously I didn't know how to play her. But now that I have a good understanding of how, see, knocked off a limb. Also, another stupid thing about these Vangels, when we get to the next section after this hallway right here, because that's where you meet them in the demo, I believe, and it gives people problems there. Okay, so wind path also works very well as well on landing. Another good tip, whenever you're surrounded, and I actually don't do this too much, but you'll see it done in day 6 when they get there. That move. Get used to using it. Square, square, triangle, triangle. It's so good. And if you're on Xbox, XXYY. Any move, I'd probably take the time. It's so stupid. Like, you can't use the girls or any other characters besides the unknown stupid ninja on the training mode. And also, as you can tell, this is all carried from the demo. So, and I only used her once on Master Ninja, so it's not much I have. But try to make sure to get your sword. Look at this right here. And I promise you, I was holding block the whole time. But that's all happened. They're so overpowered, they don't even flinch. Now you see how that guy should have hit me. But because that move has iframes, I didn't get hit. And that was a glitch, but I'll take it. It was trying to obliterate that guy, but it actually got him instead, so I'll take it. For this part, what I would recommend, watch your back. slide into the Vengelves so you can interrupt them, then start your combo. And the combo I'd recommend on them, square, square, triangle, triangle. That's the best move I found with Ayane that works so well against them. See, there you go. That obliterated him. Also, once you do an obliteration, hold triangle, because it has iframes, and you can chain to the next person, very high delim rate. You notice how I always do that. Either to lead into an OT, or to just chain to the other person. Very good. Also, yeah, that move right there, the one I just did right there, forward triangle, triangle, it almost always launches to a Zuna drop. See, if it doesn't obliterate them or cut them up, it's gonna knock them down. And just like that, cleared that section. Now, I'll also be doing the Crystal Skull like I always have been, so you can expect to see that. Her challenge is not necessarily easy, but it's also not hard. It just drags longer than it should, and I actually end up getting beaten up a lot. I hate these dogs. I really wish they never existed in these types of games. It's so stupid. And what really pisses me off is the sound effect that they make when they bite you. It honestly sounds like potato chip bites. Now normally right now I'm trying to take out that archer. Not the archer, the rocket launcher guy in the back. And then the Vengelves, since the dogs are gone, and I took out the rocket launcher guy. One annoying thing, I'm not sure if I mentioned it already, but the Vengelves, you cannot chain into a hold like that. You see how I did that? Now if that was a human, it would have instantly OT'd him. The Vengelves, they're so freaking powerful, it's so stupid. It's like they have nothing to stagger them. Like, it's like super armor or something. And here, take a peek and come back, hold a charge. I'm obviously gonna miss mine, because the game hates me. Stupid dog. Also, when you're doing an ET or a UT, ET is the level 1 charge. If you mash on triangle, and it's a humanoid enemy, she'll grab them into the drop like I always do. It's free damage, why not take it? Take those two, and then that guy on top, wall run, and then turn around, wall run, so we can get to the Crystal Skull. Now, if you're going for the trophy or achievement, you can even do this on the easiest difficulty, I think even Hero. But I figured why not just do this on Master Ninja, 1 for the challenge, and then 2 for, you know, just entertainment and also a sense of accomplishment. Obviously, so far they haven't really been the cleanest of runs except for day 2 for Ryu's. That one was probably the best one I had so far. Day 1 was a mess. This one is actually a worse mess. You'll see later on. But yeah, I really cannot stress more than enough is Ayane. You really have to go through her move list. Like, I stick to a set amount of combos that work, and I go from there. These guys, they evade everything, and I've probably already talked about this on day 2. I'm not really 100% sure about 360 triangle hold, and 360 Y hold. And when I say hold, I mean you do the input for the 360 hit triangle or Y, then you hold it, and it cancels into the iframes charge, UT charge. For the most part here, I mean, I really not have anything else to tip you on, really. It's GG's. If you get an opportunity to steal on Valor, go for it. This enemy's so weird. Like every time it sees you charge up, it does a steel and bone thing, but you're never in range. Also the bow rapid fire thing I talked about on day 2 on the boss. It doesn't work with Kasumi and Ayane. It's only special to bow users, which would be Momiji, Ryu, and the noob ninja. You see how I dropped them like that? That's when mashing on triangle or Y. If you get a chance and your skill, if you farmed enough karma on the demo, then you should be good. Again, if you want to do, which I'm not really encouraging, the karma glitch, because that's not really going to make you a better player. But I mean, it's up to you if you want to do that or not. You could do so, and make sure to try to get your weapon maxed. Get the meditation spell. It's so good. I forget the count of these bear effects, but I think it's probably like 10 or something. I'm not sure. Also, another thing to note: the 360 triangle or Y, it has iframes as well. So, in case you're in a bad situation, it will save you. So like. Now, the boss for this test of Valor is Zidonius from Ninja Gaiden 2, or Ninja Gaiden 2, who I always had problems with. Like, I know how to fight him, but my biggest 2 problems with him is his overpowered ground stomp that he does from the air, and his fireballs. Those are really the worst things. But she's got iframes, so if you're stuck or so, you can use that, and then you won't get any damage. You see how I canceled into it? You have to get used to doing that. If you don't do that, 1, you're not playing her right, and 2, you're not going to be safe. And I'm not saying you're not playing her right as to be like, you know, rude or something like that, but it's just every character has a specific style to them, and her without the shuriken canceling makes her unsafe. So you need to. This is her version of shuriken canceling, if you want to call it that. It's the triangle or Y cancels. That, don't even ask. Most of my damage that I take here is all complete button not working or anything like that. Now again, the Reapers, which these guys are here, I don't know why it takes a while with her. So we're gonna kill them the same method, and I think one of them actually glitches at the end. You kill them the same way. Once the skull breaks, you come next to them, hold down triangle or Y, and he'll usually go for a grab like that. Release, OT, simple. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Now I have a UT now, so once I break that down, I'm gonna just charge up and use it, because once you have UT, you really can't do the triangle hold or Y hold. So to prompt him to a grab, because it's just gonna kill. Now here I'm just trying to use what I can just to gain whatever health I can, because there is actually one more wave after this. I believe there's 3 waves per test of Valor, and this one just seemed to drag on for me. Like half this video is roughly this Valor test of Valor, half the whole campaign. I mean, for her. I think the next one's the one that glitches. Like, you'll try to do an OT, but it misses. And, it misses, and then he'll try to do like a fake suicide attack or something like that, where he'll hit you. You'll see. I don't think he hits me, but, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it misses. He'll do that. Just be careful of that. Okay, one last wave. This one will have the stupid snakes and the tactical ninjas. The ones with the machine guns. Also the forward triangle. Yeah, I forgot to actually talk about this move. One I just did right there. You could do forward triangle, triangle. Almost always this will launch them up into a center drop. Almost always. So I'd probably use that a lot. And then once you do forward triangle, triangle, you launch them on there. And you can do the square, 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 triangle. Also, these guys, a lot of times they'll fall for it where you do a UT charge, and they'll do the cartwheel grab, which leads into a steel and bone. Like you see that guy, but I already got a UT charge, so it was useless. This is just doing the thing. It's nothing really hard. Just use that move I told you about, square, square, triangle. It works really well. Also, I probably wouldn't attempt a zoom drop unless you didn't do it like that. Unless their clothes are like bloody or something. Because when their clothes are bloody, they're weakened, which equals you can launch them into zoom drop. But yeah, so just pretty much to like review what I've been talking about for the past 15 minutes or so. Ayane, her main style of play is her animation cancels with the triangle Y. So any move that, if you want to, I would say definitely look through your command list, check and see, moves that cancel. Make sure your weapons are level 3 so you have the full, capacity of, so you can use the whole functionality of the weapon. And then I'd say just practice some of these moves on like CC or chapter challenge, that is. And that way at least you're more comfortable. Alright, so I think a couple more of these and then we're gonna fight Uncle Zidonius. And Uncle Zidonius, I don't know why I call him Uncle, but whatever. He's not hard, but he's not easy. And Ayane isn't really the strongest of characters, but she's not weak. She's decent. I mean, she's much stronger than Kasumi is, which is kind of funny. Now here, what I was trying to do was keep my distance so he won't throw, some stupid crap at me, and I can use my meditation spell and then heal up. But here I'm trying to mash L. So I was like, you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna just go up there and fight him. I said I'm gonna go up there and fight him. I'm gonna use my magic here because that stomp would have killed me, and I couldn't dodge that thing for shit sometimes. He's a stupid glitch here. Now the move I would probably recommend to do on him is I think the input is square, 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 triangle, 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 or something like that, and then cancel into the hold. The hold is where the big damage comes. That move. Yeah. Now see how I hit him? If I didn't hit him, he would have climbed. He would have went in the air, and you see how much damage that does? He would have went in the air and stomped me, but yeah, but that's Zidonius, and this is the third test of Valor I've cleared so far on my first try. Hopefully the rest of them go the same way. But the rest of the mission isn't hard. It's pretty straightforward and easy. Here they break through the door. I actually got lucky. One steel and bone takes the whole fleet out. Okay, so that garbage is out of the way, and let's continue. Also, yeah, so let me say, obviously, I always do this. I start talking about topic, and then something happens, and I talk about something else. But, again, Ayane, make sure you use her frame cancels, her move cancels, or they cancel to the holds. Her explosive kunai is good, but it has bad recovery frames, so just be careful when you use it. What else? 360 triangle, and then hold, or Y. And if you're surrounded, it's a very good useful tool. And for Zuna drops, be careful of this guy. For Zuna drops, I would probably say do forward triangle, triangle. Now see how I held it here? It delimbed him, so all I had to do was just finish him off, and that's it. Be careful of that guy, shoot him, and you're good. And now for the last fight before the save point. Now here you could, after you kill these two guys, you could jump to your right, wall run, and get the Scarab, but I'm going to do the Scarab after the fight so I can refrain from taking needless damage. Now I already have a charge, so I'm just going to use it. I'm not really worried about points here, so I'm just doing this just to get the job done, and that's it. Another good move I actually forgot to mention is triangle hold, or triangle triangle hold. Very good move. Very, very good move. It's a heavy attack, also cancels. See how I did to the 360? That right there, what I did where I threw the kunai, I'm so used to shuriken canceling, and this is what happens when you're so used to it. Sometimes I end up doing moves that you think it's like a shuriken cancel, but it's not. And almost done here. Also, yeah, you see how I also did that with the charge attack? If you finish an OT and you hold down triangle, you can lead into your UT charge, which is instant and actually doesn't take longer. It's kind of like doing an on-landing UT, which is much better. Again, I wouldn't say always do this, but if it's human enemies, I'd say always do it. Where after an OT or after an animation, hold down triangle like that. It works so good. Alright, so we're down to get our Scarab now. And then get to the last fight before the alchemists with the swords. And I actually almost die on them, but hey, I ended up beating them. And you'll see how close it comes to it. Well, now here, I already obviously get full health, but my personal advice for this day, and if you're going to do the test of Valor like I am on this difficulty, then try to not use your healing items, your health cover, sorry. Health upgrades act like healing items, so use them when you really need them. So now I'm going to beat this day without using them, so I have all 5 for her next day, which is very good, so if I need to use it on Test of Valor, I'll go ahead and use it. Be careful, these take the priority out first, the rocket launchers, and then come back and fight these guys. You see how I cancel? You're going to notice a lot of stuff I do. I'm going to try to pass them on to you so you guys can get a good handle of it. Also, be attentive to your surroundings because these idiots, they do tend to cheat. So it's about time you kind of put them, return the favor. Now here I almost get hit, and I think the next guy, I did in this guy, I think I would have got hit, but I guess because I finished him faster. And that's over with. I mean, we're really coming down to the last bit here. Chapter's almost done. Now here I'd usually start with the UT, but it missed, of course, so now I'm going to have to fight them. What I would recommend is triangle, triangle, hold, release, triangle, just repeat it over and over again. For some odd reason this time when I fought them, they were acting weird. Or you can just repeat the whole triangle, triangle, triangle combo, or Y. Be aware of that ball that they shoot that takes so much damage. Now here, I'm going to try to hit him, but because of the item collision, I get damage for free. So that's fair. And pay attention to the life bars, because you don't want to try to attack someone who isn't close to death. Because if you can kill one of them, that's going to make the battle much easier. And if you can separate them, that's even better too. Now that guy's almost dead, so that's one. Now I think I'm gonna go after this guy here. She's almost dead. And this last guy. This guy screws me up at the end. Look how much health I have. But I ended up killing him. But anyway, this is a cage. Hopefully this chapter was, or day is helpful. And hopefully take the tips I gave you and proceed through this without hardship. Anyway, we'll see you in day 3 with the gay dino.